Well, there was a surprising turn of events for Shouma. Hello everybody, now we're talking about episode 45 of Kamen Rider Gavv. So we start with Shouma finishing a job as he goes home to report it, as the coach comes in paranoid trying to tell him that Nyelv is coming, but unfortunately too late as Nyelv just enters the place. And it's pretty shocking to see one of the stomach family actually enter, saying that he actually followed Gochi's home. We show repairs his final form, the Gochi pod ready to start fighting, but he actually stopped because Nyelv stated that he's only here to talk, actually calling him Shouma and not Red Gavv, as he offers him the position of the head of the stomach family, which is pretty strange what he's thinking about, what his plan, what his endgame. After the opening, Amane meets with Honto after a job, as Honto is actually going to go give some rock to Lakia as he goes in to check him out, considering the fact they don't have a doctor right now ever since Dente died. And Amane wants to come too in order to meet up with him ever since he's been injured. As Nyelv's stomach continues to talk about the proposal that he described to Shouma. I say that they can both work together to reclaim Stomach Inc. from the president. I say that he actually loves his family, which I'm just saying pretty doubt. Saying that he actually wants to push them to the top of society of the grounded world. Saying that the many qualities that Shouma possesses can help him become the next president of the grounded world, not the grounded world, and even the top of the Stomach Inc. Saying that he'd be better than their dad and Lango, as they didn't actually have those qualities that Shouma had. I think they've been interested in Shouma ever since that he could be compressed like his mom back to flashback. I think that he had something to do with the latent power he had inside of the grounded side. As Shouma had to figure out that Nyelv was the one who helped him out escape. As he actually have an interesting flashback of Shouma being chained up in his room as the door opened mysteriously, and he actually takes the chance to escape. As the agent right there in the hallway, as the Shouma passes by him, as the agent informs Nyelv that he escaped. But Shouma doesn't want help at all, considering the fact that he pretty much has ruined the lives of many people. But Nyelv actually tells him by topping Bolka, as well as becoming the head of the Stomach Inc. Corporation, he actually becomes the new president and actually stop the dark tree to be created. And even tells them that they can shut down the door well in order to stop the invasion of the human world and seal out the door space forever so that they can never actually invade humanity ever again, which is pretty tempting, I will say the least. As Shouma thinks about it, Nyelv actually continues to talk with him outside, saying that they could be an unstoppable force if they work together with their gift, explaining that they could take over the entire grounded world. They actually combine together. As Shouma wants to see if it's actually true, so telling him to return the presence back. I didn't say that it's saying that it's easy. As he leaves, promising it would just show kind of Shouma naivety, because to be honest, I don't think Nyelv actually cared about the president. If he did, I think he'd figure out a way to get them back one way or another. That's my theory right now. And he decided to leave to do his part of the deal, and Lango agent actually oversees them both. Meanwhile, Lakia is in the lab actually studying Dente's antidote, actually see that the poison actually worked and actually succeed in negating his poison. As Amane and Honto arrive, having actually shocking Amane actually with them. As Amane pretty much shocking also see that, yeah, he actually is a Grandu, like, real form. But saying that it's not the first time. Actually remember the beach episode, all the people were mind control, I actually saw him the first time. He actually ever hurt people before with his power of mind control. I say he has, as Amane is actually pretty much sad over the information she got. And Honto tried his best to save Lakia's little face as the reason of just trying to fight his brother. But Lakia said most of the truth that yeah, he did hurt people, trying to actually confront them and actually try to look for answers. And he tried to go to her, but then he accidentally shattered her glass, which yeah, makes Amane scared and actually backed off. As he actually told her, she did tell him to find happiness, but doesn't seem like he actually deserved it over all the sins he committed, and apologized to her, which is pretty sad to show, yeah. I'm really sad for Lakia, but I want these two to be happy. Lakia doesn't deserve his own happiness. As Amane and Honto leave in order to talk about what Lakia told them, Honto tried to actually tell Amane that, you know, he actually is a good person. And to be honest, we actually have to see the show that, yeah, he is a good person, just doing bad things and actually tried his best to fix his mistakes. As Amane realizing that, yeah, this is really why that Honto never actually accepted him the first time they actually met, saying that she's been shallow all over again. Really pretty interesting that, again, we don't have much of Amane's little backstory at all, not even focus of her. Really wanted to see more of her, but yeah, she said interesting that she's shallow again about wanting to actually make everybody happy, but can't even make Lakia have his own happiness. Even the fact that Lakia also took away the happiness of many other people and actually harmed so many people, and actually making like so many people worried about their own happiness with their own loved one, wondering what to do about all the information. And Honto also there to just comfort him. I like that cleaned up the place, pretty much understanding that, yeah, why Amane is upset. As Shouma was in a public place, thinking about the little deal Nyelv told him, actually just look at the beautiful world that he actually lives in, the human world, and also wondering that he made Nyelv offer might be useful for him to actually stop the invasion to the human world. But also knowing that if he actually does close the doors, he won't be able to return to this place anymore, losing all the people he actually loves and cares about. I actually see Lizelle enter to a fortune-telling hut thing, and he had to go after it. I actually find out it's actually a Grandu who owner of this fortune-teller place, named Tesso, played by Tomonari Mizuno. I pretty much butchered her name, so sorry. And he figured actually shocked to see Lizelle. It shows her that he had presents ready to be shown. As Shouma tried to stop him, but actually is stopped by Lizelle. It's pretty funny that she actually grabs his arm to stop him from grabbing the president, allowing Tesso to flee. But interestingly, she actually let Oma go, actually allowing him to chase after him. I guess she's just bored and wants to see some action. Shouma decides to follow him all the way to another part of the city, actually calling Lakia and Honto in order to help him out. As they prepare to leave, and interestingly, Amane says she wants to join and Honto allows it. Tetsu goes to a plane and reveals his Granu form, which interestingly is just a recolor of Raju, you know, the little blue crab played by the Sentai actor like a couple episodes ago, but yeah, yellow recolor of the blue crab thing. Not about to say, as Lakia arrived to help them out, and they both transformed to Taking and Frappe a la mode, respectively, to fight against him. But then Lizelle actually watches over and actually blows up some buildings, saying that it doesn't really matter because she'll just buy it all and own it later. As he's just laughing and all that, I cannot want her to be defeated. I want her to be defeated so badly. He's just to get rid of her that smug face. And Lakia decided to go over to the area in order to help people out from the collapsed building. As Shouma continues to fight Tetsu. Actually thinking about the whole thing could have been stopped. Maybe he joins forth and actually showing more reason why he's joining Nyelv in order to stop the invasion from the president. And in order to stop harming people. I like it goes off to actually help people and actually saves them from debris. But interestingly, he transformed. It was kind of weird. And he actually goes out to help people. And Honto actually arrives in order to help him out. Amane also decides to, like, pretty cutely that she just decided to change in order to psych herself up and actually continues to be ready to call an ambulance. As she thinks that, yeah, Lakia actually had committed a lot of sin. But at the same time, he's also helping people all the time, thinking that she's been overthinking it a lot. And showing that, yeah, he actually has been helping so many people to rectify the mistake. As the debris is about to fall on somebody, Lakia goes out to stop it. And a pretty nice little fake out death thing, because it's not really a death, because we all forgot that, yeah, he's a Granu, the little debris falling on him would not kill him. And everybody worked together to help the woman before Lakia throw down the debris. Pretty nice little moment between the three characters. Meanwhile, Shouma had the cool fight against Tetsu, even blasting his shell off, and I actually see it actually spin around pretty epically, splash it on his little sword to another attack. He attacked Tetsu, which is pretty cool to see. I really do love the little action in this scene. I think prepared to finish her by telling him to choose to either eat dark treat or live in life. As Tetsu choose the treat, as Shouma just sad about it, decided to use his finisher, or actually jumping, and instead of doing a rider thing, he instead actually charges up his sword in order to shoot him and actually make a giant explosion, killing Tetsu once and for all, which is pretty cool to see. At least he had a lead, but Shouma can't chase after her, instead chasing after the present that Tetsu dropped, and he just looked up in the sky, which is a pretty cool thing to see. Meanwhile, everybody goes home to heal up. At the nice little moment, everybody just gang up a Honto with just backslaps. It's pretty funny to see. I might prepare some rocks for Lakia. I was annoyed that, yeah, he had done some bad things that affected so many people, but still say that she wanted everybody to be happy. And even knowing that, yeah, a lot of people will not forgive him, but he still tried to make up for a mistake, which is good. And wanted to support him, even tried to tell him that, yeah, he wanted everybody to be happy, including him. But it's a nice moment between both of them. I love these two. As they all eat, as Shouma continues to think about how he actually loves his friends and family and kind of meant to play the lot. As he still continues to think about his deal with Nyelv, and interestingly, he actually had the question thing. He keeps telling all the Granu and actually question himself. He had to make a choice. Either even stop Boca and become the president, or stay here and fight the good fight. As they actually hear a noise outside, Shouma goes outside to check it out. And actually see it's actually the crate filled with all the compressed people that Nyelv promised. Interesting to see. Pretty much thinking about what Nyelv's end goal. As he goes out to meet with Nyelv on top of a rooftop, next to the note he actually left behind. And he meets up with them to agree to follow him to the Granu's world in order to keep humans safe. And they actually go to the Granu's world through the door space, ready to leave, as Shouma says goodbye to the Earth one last time as he leaves. Interestingly, Lango overlooking the whole ordeal, and the episode ends there. Overall, it was a pretty good episode actually. I really do like the episode, a lot more better than last week's episode with just a recap thing. It's a pretty interesting development, the fact that, yeah, Nyelv actually tried to work with Shouma in order to get his end of the bargain. Just wondering what his whole end goal is for Nyelv. I don't know what to think about the whole situation. I think Shouma is kind of naive to think that presents are everything that Nyelv cared about, but I don't think it's everything he cares about. I'm mostly thinking that, yeah, Nyelv is not telling the truth, or if he is telling the truth, he doesn't know that he'll get presents again one way or another. It's pretty interesting that Shouma questions himself, but it's pretty interesting as well that, yeah, his uncle's not appearing throughout the whole episode. Wonder where his uncle is, and wondering how his uncle got play a factor to these, like, last 4 episodes. Like, I don't know when Zetsu's starting in September, but yeah, we only have like 4 episodes left. Not sure how they're all gonna wrap the story up, especially with the whole, Lango thing and also with Chief. I'm pretty worried with the last few episodes. I do like Amane's little character development here. We develop more of her backstory, but again, I really wish there were more focus on Amane, like a whole single episode focusing on her. She's an interesting character, but yeah, I kinda wanted more for her, but she does well, and I actually like her conversation with Lakia. Helping out Lakia's own character growth, but yeah, pretty cool to see. Overall, not much to say. Can't wait for next episode to see more interesting as Shouma tries to fight against Boca. We have to wait and see. Rating wise, I give it a 7.6 out of 10. What do you guys think? Like the episode, do you know? What do you think about the action? Also, what do you think about the last 4 episodes? Or the fact that Shouma and Nyelv are teaming up now? What do you think Lango's end goal is? How do you think Lango's gonna factor in? What do you think about Shouma's uncle also factoring into this story? We have to wait and see. Leave a comment down below and subscribe for more current Gavv content. Peace.